My first night in Madison, the air was different, cool, less sticky. The street was quiet, weirdly stagnant. Our house, a pale yellow. I straddled the isthmus, felt ice chip between both lakes like frozen lace. I'm hyper visible now, so seen, so everywhere, then suddenly nowhere. So much so I became Muzak to my own face. Now I'm being followed inside a grocery store, down each aisle, then back again. Now I'm being stalked inside a restaurant. I switch seats, but it does not matter. I feel it all. The eyeballs of this town scorch the back of my neck, skin already darker there. I want to pluck all the signs I see stapled across these manicured lawns that read Black Lives Matter. I don't believe you. There is a sign you buy because you want so badly to believe in what it has to say. And then there is a sign you buy because you want others to believe you are brave. A sign can't save my life. You will not spare me. I watch as you watch me. I watch as my white students watch me. I watch me, smaller now than when I first moved here. Lost a quarter of an inch, my doctor said. Most days I wait for the bitter winter to end. Most days I wait for another black person to pass me. Most days they never come. Most days I wait for another black person to save me. And we hold the gaze. We do not smile or lie. A simple nod simply saves my life. The most dangerous game for me is sex and syntax. Your hand, so familiar and terrifying as family, reaches for my name and then my navel, which is a cup of hunger. Always in that order, my hand drags after loss, after some inexact pass. The wet mood lingers erotic with the scent of a half-peeled orange, broken by a nasty thumbnail. The moment clicks and disappears again before we attempt release. This hardened honey, this slow drip of joy. Another spider approaches, and then I smash it, smearing gorgeous little guts like black lotion. Strange how desire is greedy and silent in stasis. Strange how two bodies can grow without branches. And again, how do you diagram two broken bodies without parsing, without penetration? Is this still what I want? Another year, another sip of good bourbon, neat and decadent. Something like a lock unlatches. Another hard world approaches without water. Another hard world approaches without fur. Another hard world approaches and approaches without punctuation, enters without sucking salt from these two bodies starved and pulsating on the brink of so much touching and not touching. I ache for grammar when it's bent and fluid. I ache for him, for her, and then for myself, always in that order, last and less. I hum, I bang, I bite, I touch myself, my many selves. If I whimper, can I call it God? Oh God, please delay the verbs. Once in bed, you finally gave me what I wanted, but I didn't want it anymore. The whipped cream slid from your cool nipples in strings of white tears. See, I'd already eaten so much sugar that day. I was so full and sick of it. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. We chanted as children. We believed we could levitate bodies with our words, like in my church when the preacher placed charismatic fire in the palm of his hands to the crucible of our foreheads. He would shout, Jesus! Blow peppermint-scented breath of spirit on each face. The huddled congregation fell like drunken dominoes around the altar, wriggling on the swivel of spiritual intoxication. They called it slain in the spirit, consumed by divine ecstasy. I wanted to be the next ember, feel the singe from God all over my body. Except when the preacher laid his hands on me, I felt nothing. Only the dry heat of his dragon mouth. I wanted to believe their version of Jesus wouldn't skip me. So when he tried again, pushing me to a slant, I gave in. Lying on the carpet, encircled by hysterical laughter and blissed out faces, I cried. I was pretending. Same with the child chants. Bloody Mary was never in the mirror and the Ouija boards. I felt nothing. Just fingers guiding towards letters with no message for me. How we fake to feel the magic inside us. It took me a while to understand that I didn't have to beg for it. God was already washing the dust off my feet. I hustle upstream, I grasp, I grind, I control and panic, poke balloons in my chest, always popping there, always my thoughts thump, thump. I snooze, wake, and go boom. All day like this, I short my breath, I scroll and scroll. I see what you wrote, I like, I heart. My thumb so tired, my head bent down but not in prayer, heavy from the looking. I see your face, your phone-lit faces. I tap your food 2 times for more hearts. I retweet, I email yes and yes and yes. Then I cry, I need to say no, no, no. Why does it take so long to reply? I FOMO and shout, I read, I never enough. New book, new post, new ping, a new tab, then another. Papers on the floor, scattered and stacked, so many journals, unbroken white spines, waiting. Did you hear that new? I start to text back, ellipsis, then I forget. I balk, I lazy the bed, I wallow when I write, I truth when I lie. I throw a book when a poem undoes me. I underline Clifton, today we are possible. I start from image, I begin with Phyllis Wheatley, I begin with Phyllis Wheatley, I begin with Phyllis Wheatley reaching for coal. I start with a napkin, receipt, or my hand. I muscle memory, I stutter the page, I fail, hit delete, scratch out one more line. I sonnet, then break form. I make tea, use 2 bags. Rooibos again. I bathe now, Epsom salt, no books or phone, just water and the sound of water filling. Glory be my buoyant body, bowl of me. Yes, lavender, more bubbles and bath bomb. Of course, some candles too. All alone with Coltrane, my favorite, Naima, for his wife, now for me. Inside my own womb, again I child back, I float, I sing, I simple and humble, eyes closed, I lower my voice. Was it a song? Don't know, but I stopped.